What is going on, YouTube? This is how you do the bot lobby Terminus glitch after the 11.25 update. It is still very easy to do, but it is going to require 3 or more players with this method. But let's go ahead and get into what you should bring into the game and how you're going to do this. So this is a loadout I recommend you bringing. This part is not mandatory, but it is going to make it way easier for you to do this. I recommend you bring this loadout because once you get it set up, you can go to a mystery box or pick up weapons off the wall. I think it's more beneficial to get to the glitch as fast as possible because most of the time the lobby is going to crash right around 3.5 hours. Sometimes it does last longer, but with it having a chance at crashing at 3.5 hours, you kind of want to be in the glitch by around the 45-minute mark. That way you have 3 hours to sit there and farm everything you want. So let's get into this. I prefer bringing in the ASG. This is the loadout that I recommend you put on it. It is going to be the suppressor. That's because it makes it drop more salvage and you get to level up your guns faster. The CHF barrel. This is going to increase the damage multiplier for headshots, obviously killing things quicker. The Ranger foregrip. I like this one because it does give it a little bit of stability, but it also doesn't tank your movement. You're going to want the extended mag, the largest one you can put on, which is the extended mag 2. The commando grip, same thing as the ranger grip. The balance stock, again, a little bit of movement. I prefer going for movement over recoil and zombies because I just don't think it's really needed. Then you're going to want the fast motion laser, same thing, gives you that movement. And then for fire mods, I recommend rapid fire. I know a lot of people like trying to use the new Dragon's Breath, but I just don't think it's worth it. After they've nerfed it, it tanks too much of your damage. But if you bring this shotgun in and you just try to level it up as fast as possible before you start the Nathan fight, you can absolutely nuke him. And if you want to try to kill him even faster or get set up even faster, again, this part is not needed, but it does make it easier, and I do it every time. You're going to want to bring in a profit sharing, a temporal gift, a killjoy, and who's keeping score. Your last Gobblegum, you don't really need. You can have it whatever you want it to be personally. And the reason I bring these is because once you're up to the Easter egg part where you're about to get on the boat and drive to the islands, I prefer getting the whole team together with everyone standing next to each other. You guys want to pop a profit sharing, a temporal's gift, and who's keeping score. This is going to make it to where you guys can pack 2, sometimes even pack 3 by about wave 10. It's going to be super beneficial. Only one person needs to pop the profit sharing and the temporal's gift and the who's keeping score, obviously. But if you guys all bring it in and one person has the who's keeping score, one person has the temporal's gift, and one person has the profit sharing, you guys can all use them kind of evenly amongst your group as needed. The killjoy is going to help with Nathan. So if you have a killjoy, you can pop it when you get to the Nathan fight, and it's going to help you absolutely obliterate him super fast. That's why I recommend bringing those in. Again, you don't need it. You can do completely fine without it. But I just like making the run as smooth as I possibly can whenever I do this. That way I have as much time to farm as I want. So now that you have those, if you are the person that is going to be doing the glitch later, the person going up the ladder and doing the glitch, you can bring whatever field upgrade you want. I personally like to bring healing aura. That way, if anyone goes down while we're getting to the glitch, I can res them. But you could use ether shroud if you're the one going up there, because I'll explain once we get there. You're going to want a way to escape the room once the doors open, and you can use ether shroud or a decoy for that. And again, I'll explain that more when we get there. So if you are the person going up, just go ahead and bring a decoy with you as well if you can. Now, if you are the person going up, you're going to have to go to your augments, equipped augments, Juggernog. The person doing the glitch is going to have turtle shell and hardened plates. The reason he needs these on his Juggernog is the other 2 players with you are going to put you in God mode by using Frenzied Guard and augments that I'll go over in a little bit. What these are going to do is once you're in God mode, you're going to have Turtle Shell, which will make it to where the zombies can all be in front of you. So when you back into a corner, they can hit you as many times as they want. You will not lose any shield. That is crucial to make sure you can do the glitch properly. Again, you'll have to drink a Juggernog before you go up there. Just having the augments on is not going to do it for you. So the person going up, if you want to be really safe, bring a decoy, have turtle shell, hardened plates, and then get a 3-plate vest. None of that's needed besides the augments. You can have just a 1-plate vest and you'll be just fine. But if you're worried about any of the zombies starting to overwhelm you and maybe getting some hits, some wicked ass back shots on you, then having a bigger shield is obviously going to be safer. When I did it, I took 0 damage up there at all, so it did not matter. The 2 people who are going to give you God mode, they're going to have the augments for Frenzied Guard, Phalanx, and Extension. The reason why, and while we go over this, when they go to pop those Frenzy Guards to give you God mode, the way it works is the first person who's going to pop his God mode, and we're going to go over this later. I'm just going to do a brief overview of it. The first player to pop Frenzy Guard is going to count to about 7. Once he counts to 7, he's going to call for the next player to pop Frenzy Guard. Once that player pops Frenzy Guard, the first person who popped it leaves the game. For you to know this worked properly, the second person who popped Frenzy Guard, his Frenzy Guard is going to phase off of him, but the player who's standing there who's going to do the glitch, his Frenzy Guard should stay on indefinitely. The person who quit can now rejoin. You guys can clear the wave to respawn him, and then you'll be ready to do the glitch. Again, I will go over how the God mode glitch works once we get to the next part of the video. I just wanted to give you guys a little brief overview. That way you kind of have an understanding before we get there, because this is the part that people typically mess up. And if you already know this part, you can skip to the point of the video where you do the glitch and you'll be just fine. But I do recommend, if you are having any issues with this glitch, this should help you understand it. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the next part. Now that we're in the game and we have killed Nathan, here's what we're going to do, guys. To keep this simple, the person going up the ladder and doing the glitch, he is player 1. The first person popping Frenzied Guard is player 2. The second person popping Frenzied Guard is player 3. You guys are going to stand next to each other. If you have a 4th player, by the way, it still works. Just have that 4th person, just like kind of train your zombie away to keep this easy for you guys. If you're doing this with 3 people, you guys can clear a wave, and in the intermission, you guys can do the glitch. So, once player 1, 2, and 3 are standing next to each other, and player 2 and 3 have their Frenzied Guard fully maxed where they can pop it, and they have those augments on, here's what you're going to do. Player 2 is going to pop his Frenzy Guard. You have 2 options here. Either he's going to count to 7, then he's going to tell the person to pop his Frenzy Guard once he gets to 7, then he's going to back out of the game. Or, if you're trying to keep it simple, and for some reason that method doesn't work for you, when you pop Frenzy Guard, when player 2 pops Frenzy Guard, he can start cooking a grenade. When the little circle on the grenade keeps closing in and it starts turning red and it's about halfway, he's going to call for the other player to pop Frenzy Guard. Then he's going to let that grenade blow up. As soon as he goes down, he'll leave the game. As long as the other player popped Frenzy Guard, player 3, as long as he popped it when he told him to, now player 1 will have God mode. So, once player 1 has his God mode, and you guys get player 2 back into the game, you guys are going to get on the boat and start driving to the boat to do the glitch. Now that you've arrived at the boat, player 1 is going to jump off the boat. He is going to climb up the ladder. He's going to grab the canister on the left side. Once he grabs that canister, he's going to put his back into a corner. That way the zombies can only attack him from the front. He's going to be sitting in this room for about 3.5 minutes. While he sits in this room, player 2 and 3 can get back on the boat and they can drive over to the Crab Island and just sit there. Once the gate opens, or the little floor opens in that room, because it's been 3.5 minutes, player 1 is going to throw a decoy or use his ether shroud to where he can escape and jump into the water. Another indicator this is about to happen is a max ammo will spawn in that room with him. You do not want to kill these zombies or else the glitch will not last as long. So do make sure that you use a decoy or ether shroud to escape. When he jumps into the water, The other players can either get back on the boat and pick him up, or he can simply just swim over to the island and meet them there. Now that you have all 3 players, or 4, on Crab Island and the glitch is starting to work, so you see the zombies spawning and fading, you're going to set a timer for 7 minutes. And this part is very crucial. If you do not set a timer for 7 minutes, when you head back to the main island, you're probably going to be able to farm for about 10 minutes before the zombies start attacking you. So this part takes patience, guys. You're going to be having that player up there for 3.5 minutes before the door opens again. Then he's going to escape, come to the island, and you guys are going to set a timer for 7 minutes. I promise, if you follow these instructions, it'll work every time. I have never had a lobby last less than 3.5 hours doing it this way. And the normal setup will take anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes to get to that point once you have it down. Obviously, the first few times you do it, it may take a little longer, and that's okay. Practice it. You'll keep getting better at it. But if this guide helps you guys out, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment with any suggestions you guys have. Share this with your friends. And farm up as much as you can before they patch this again. And I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.